"Just sign it, Lauren. You know that money belongs to me," my brother said across the lawyer's desk. My mother nodded. I stayed silent. Then the lawyer cleared his throat and opened another envelope. "My name is Lauren Mitchell, and I'm 36 years old. I work as a public library coordinator in a small town outside Chicago. My life has always been quiet and practical. Books, long work days, and caring for people who needed help. In my family, my younger brother Daniel was always the one they praised, the one everyone believed would do something big. I was the dependable one, the daughter who helped our grandmother when she got sick. I wasn't rich or glamorous. I lived in a modest apartment and drove an old sedan. But I had something my family didn't expect, and it was about to change everything. If you've ever been overlooked in your own family, you probably know this feeling. Subscribe to join this community and click hype if you've ever been underestimated by the people who should have believed in you most. My grandmother passed away 3 months ago. She left behind a modest estate worth about $240,000. For years, I was the one who showed up, every week without fail. Groceries, medical appointments, paperwork, late-night phone calls when she couldn't sleep. The smell of her kitchen, warm bread and old wood, became familiar to me in a way it never was for Daniel. He rarely visited, but he always walked into the room like he owned it. A week after the funeral, Daniel called a meeting at the family lawyer's office. When I arrived, he slid a document across the table without even looking up. "Sign this so the inheritance can be transferred to me. It's simpler that way." My mother sat beside him, nodding. "Daniel knows how to handle investments," she said. "You'd probably waste it." I stared at the paper. It handed everything to him. All of it. Daniel leaned back and smirked. "Grandma would have wanted me to manage it." Then he said the words that still sting when I think about them. "You were just the helper. That doesn't make you the heir." I felt something tighten in my chest, but before I could respond, the lawyer quietly said, "Before anyone signs anything, we need to review the complete will." Daniel waved his hand. "Stop wasting everyone's time." My mother told me I should be grateful for whatever Daniel decided to give me. Grateful, like I was asking for a favor, instead of sitting in a room where my name belonged. Within days, Daniel was telling relatives I was starting a legal fight over money. My phone filled with messages from cousins urging me to let him handle the estate. He told anyone who would listen that I had nothing better to do than hover around an old woman, that my years of showing up meant nothing. I remember sitting in my car the night before the formal reading. The street outside was quiet. I thought about the evenings I spent helping my grandmother sort through old documents. She once looked at me over her reading glasses and said softly, "You're the only one who listens." I hadn't thought much of it then. Now I held on to it. I didn't sign anything. Daniel grew more confident by the day. He already acted like the money was sitting in his account. The lawyer, a calm older man named Mr. Henderson, watched everything without a word. He had known my grandmother for decades. He had watched this family for just as long. What they didn't know was that my grandmother had planned for this. Months before she passed, she had asked me to help her organize some legal papers. During that process, she mentioned quietly that she had updated her will. I never saw the final document, but she told me it was much longer than the old version, and Mr. Henderson had the updated copy sitting in his briefcase the entire time. The day of the reading, Daniel arrived early. He sat at the head of the table like it was already decided. My mother chose the seat beside him. The air in that office was still and cool. When Mr. Henderson entered, Daniel gave a short laugh and said, "Fine, read it. It'll say exactly what I told you." Mr. Henderson opened a thick 6-page document and began to read. The room was completely silent. Daniel leaned back, arms crossed, already smiling. Then Mr. Henderson reached the key section. The document stated clearly that the entire $240,000 estate was left to Lauren Mitchell. The words written by my grandmother herself read, "For the granddaughter who stood by me when others did not." Daniel shot forward in his chair. "That can't be right." The lawyer continued reading without pausing. The will included a personal letter. My grandmother had written about loyalty and presence and what it means to truly care for someone. She had thought about this carefully, she had planned it without telling anyone, and she had protected me in the pages of that document in a way she never could in the room. There was one final condition. If Daniel attempted to pressure me for any portion of the estate, he would receive nothing, not a single dollar. Daniel turned red. His voice cracked when he said, "You manipulated her." I looked at him evenly. No, I just showed up. Mr. Henderson closed the document. Legally, the inheritance belongs entirely to Lauren Mitchell. The room went silent in a way that felt permanent. Daniel stood up and left without another word. My mother stayed in her chair, staring at the table. I walked out of that office feeling calm. Not triumphant, just calm. My mother called later to apologize. I listened, but I understood then what her priorities had always been. I didn't carry anger out of that room. I carried clarity. I'm not planning anything extravagant with the money. I want to honor what my grandmother valued. I'm using part of it to start a small reading program at the local library. It feels right. It feels like her. In the end, the only thing my grandmother rewarded was kindness. If your family has ever tried to take something that was rightfully yours, you know how painful that betrayal can be. Share your story in the comments and subscribe to this community. Click hype to help this story reach someone who needs it today. Standing up for yourself is tough. If you've been there, subscribe and become part of this community. Let me know this story helped by clicking hype, and tell me where you're watching from. I love seeing how far these stories travel.